1560 KNZR.
You're listening to 1560 KNZR, your home for news, talk, and Dodger baseball. I'm Preston Nash, and right now we are talking with rock legend, world-famous drummer, inspiration to millions, comic book hero, ass-kicking action figure, People's Choice Award-winning songwriter, raspy-throated singer. And if you're like me, the reason I started playing music, and also if you're like me, you have a tattoo of him somewhere on your body, the one, the only, the hottest drummer in the world, Peter Criss. How are you today, sir?
I don't know what to say after that introduction. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. I'm doing just great.
I cannot tell you what an honor it is to talk to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Really, really. I mean that, man.
Now, we all know you, of course, as the drummer for Kiss, but we're talking to you today about your new solo album titled One for All, which comes out July 24th. Now, according to the press release, it's an autobiographical collection of songs featuring some things you wrote, some cover songs, tribute songs to fans that reflect your outlook on life. Now, you were joined by people like Paul Schaefer and Will Lee from the Letterman Band and this guy, Mike McLaughlin. Now, that's the press release. Now, tell us a little bit in your own words what people can expect from this album.
Again, you got a lot of it down. You missed Jen Johnson and Clifford Carter, who did the arranging, and she sang a duet with me. But look, I've been working on a book forever. It's just these books take 2 years easily, and I thought when I left the Aerosmith tour, I kind of had a lot of melancholy feeling because Ace wasn't on that tour, and I'm used to playing with the original guys. And I built this studio. I started building the studio in the house, and I took a sample of Send in the Clowns because it reminded me of the group. I felt we were now at a place in our lives. We were on different pages, different timings. It all wasn't the same anymore. And I sang it, and I met Paul Schaefer, who's a very dear friend of mine, at the Ed Sullivan Theater. I played it for him. And he's like, I got to play on this. I got to let me play. I said, and I got a few other songs. And could you get me Willie and Clifford Carter, who did all the arrangements? And he did. I produced it myself. I've never produced anything myself. It's a big, hard job. I wouldn't do it again. It means money out of your pocket, which is no big deal, but it's a lot of work, man, like a lot of work. I was used to playing my drums, put them down, see ya, go to Hawaii. This time I had to stay on everything because it was that close and important to me that the fans get it. I did write 2 songs just for them. I don't know how many rock guys write songs for their fans, but they should because we have a great life because of these people. I wrote 3 songs for my now wife. I redid, a cover song, What a Difference a Day Made, for my mom, and we did it like with brushes and a stand-up bass, a baby grand. It was very comfortable. I did Send in the Clowns because it reminded me of the group. I even did a song for Ace. I didn't go out thinking I was going to write a song for Ace Frehley, but in the gist of all the insanity of this tune as it was coming to life, he came to mind, and then the lyrics just kind of came out. The 9/11 is a major thing with me. I miss them. They're not there. I get sick every time I come into the city. After that thing, I raised $9 million with Paul and a few other people for the firemen, policemen, and emergency, and it's it'll always be here for all of us. And the world, to me, is not a wild place right now. I don't really give a heck about what Paris Hilton's doing. There's terrorism. There's our boys going over and dying. Look, war is bad enough. I know we must fight for freedom, but then there's another reason for fighting. It's money and the oil, and this terrorism stuff is just so bad. And I see women and mothers and wives on TV every day just falling apart about this, and their sons or husbands leaving, and it probed me to write my pain and what I think about that. I wish it was We Are the World by Quincy Jones, but I'm not Quincy Jones. I'm Peter Criss. I know what I could write, and again, I am a fourth piece of a very historical band. I have not changed. I'm the same. Actually, I'm a happier Peter Criss than ever, because I have no one over my back or shoulder going, I don't like this, or this isn't a hit. No, we can't do this. We don't. I literally had to open up my own record company, kind of. But being with Sony Red distributing me is a wonderful company. It's worldwide. Will I get downloaded? Yeah. What do I think of that? I hate it. It's wrong. It's stealing. But, the technology to me is a double-edged sword. All my equipment is Mac, my Pro Tools, but the other end is you got child porno on there. You know how to make a bomb. It's too much information. I feel, for the world. You know, I used to have to go to the library for a report. Now you just bing, 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 and you got the answer. So it scares me. So in this little piece of music I've done in my own little way, I'm kind of giving out somewhat, I hope, of a positive message that we really need to stick together. And one for all for one was a slogan, as you know, has been around forever. I put the World Trades on the all, the two towers. I wanted them on there. I designed the cover myself. This is not about me, really. I thought this album had to do with kind of all of us, and it was a good way to get my joy and my pain out. I'm very fortunate that I could sing and drum. There's not many around. You got Don Henley and Phil Collins, and Neil Peart writes for his band, and Ringo sings. But there's really an elite, if you think about it, percussionist that could sing and write.
Were you in New York City when 9/11 happened? I'm also from right outside the city.
Oh.
And I actually was on tour myself, and I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and I almost felt guilty that I wasn't there.
Oh man, you didn't miss nothing. I was actually, believe it or not, I stop by church once a week and say a prayer for my parents. And when I got home, my wife told me, and I said, yeah, it's probably one of those little planes, you know, it could never be. And then when I watched the big one hit it, it was so surreal, it was so unreal, it was so like a bad movie. I can't tell you how. I mean, you saw it yourself after all that happened.
Sure.
I wanted to help, whatever I could do. And then, of course, I got a call, and all us entertainers in New York got together for a couple of years in a row, and we performed and made some money for the poor guys that got, you know, the firemen, the policemen, and the emergency people.
That's awesome. You mentioned earlier about the other band members or the powers that be standing over your shoulder with your song saying, oh, that's not a hit. Well, ironically, one of the songs that they probably did that to is Beth, which actually was Kiss's biggest hit and catapulted them to another level. Now, is the stuff from the new album, One for All, going to be maybe a little bit more like that focuses on your songwriting and singing more than your drumming, per se?
Absolutely. Very good, man. Yeah, absolutely. I really can't, you know, the drums to me come so easy. To write and compose is another world. I really took my time. I really wanted the words to be very important. They were very profound, some of them. You know, I did actually write two songs for the Psycho Circus that they turned down. One was Hope, which I'm glad they did because now I did it on my album. And there was one called Justice for All, which I did on my rock album. I recorded a rock album, by the way, over the winter. I got to put the lyrics on this summer. And I recorded a really great swing album, which I love truly in my heart, kind of on Benny Goodman and Artie Shaw and that kind of music.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you're a big fan of Gene Krupa.
Yeah,
I have three drummers tattooed on me. I have Animal, you, and Gene Krupa.
Thank you. Wow, that's great, man.
So you're in good company.
Thank you. Wow.
Now, where are things with you and Kiss these days? How is the relationship? I mean, obviously they still go out and tour with two other guys wearing yours and Ace's makeup. Is that something that causes are you on good terms with Gene and Paul, or is that them going out with other guys wearing your makeup something that makes you want to stay away from a Kiss association right now?
Kind of. You know, I feel that the band was such a historical band. We made so much history. So many bands came following us and doing the same thing, and they still are copying us. I won't drag a band I started through the streets. It's just, I won't do it. I did Ed Trunk and said the same thing. I feel I left on the top, especially with a band like Aerosmith. I didn't leave on the bottom, kind of say. And I left with my makeup on. I think there's a pride that we had. It's not there anymore, but you know, they seem to, you know, legally they wound up owning the name. I guess they think it's like a phone company name, like AT&T or something. There's a soul, there's a heart behind me, and I'm sure Mr. Fraley. And that, if that's not up there, it's not up there. For me, you know, I look at it and I almost feel like, Jesus, that's a shame that it has to be that way. And believe me, I get a lot of email about it, and I don't know what to do, but I just sort of, now I'm in a place where I'm, you know, I just go, okay, I guess that's what they got to do, and that's what they're doing, and if they're playing some kind of places, I go, well, you know, good luck to them. But no, I do not talk to Gene, I do not talk to Paul, but I still talk to Ace.
Okay, and yeah, because at one point, before they started bringing in the other people wearing your guys' makeup and costume, that you guys did a farewell tour. Now, is that something that you wanted to happen, and then they just decided to keep going? I guess my question is, if you could still be playing with them with the makeup and the full show, would you be, or is it something that you are happy to sort of just be letting go?
I would only, if it was fair baseball, I would play. It has to be fair baseball. If it's not, that's no good.
Gotcha. Now, are you going to be touring in support of your new album, I hope?
I don't know. I'm kind of like a kid. I'm like a little baby now. I'm taking it a step at a time. I mean, my guitarist keeps emailing me, let's go, and I got the players, but I just want to sort of see what happens. I'm a funny guy. I like things to work right, and I guess maybe I'm spoiled. I mean, after you play Madison Square Garden or you play for 100,000 people in one place, you sort of get a little spoiled. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't want to play for people. It would probably be smaller halls, which is cool with me. I'd be closer even to the audience, which would even be better. It would be like the old days when you played clubs. So it may happen. Yeah, it's not out of the question.
Would you sing or play? Well, obviously you'd sing, but would you play drums or would you have another
drummer? I would
drummer?
have to do both and probably get a drummer to sit in when I'm doing some serious singing. Because again, on this album, there's a song last night which I consider my new Beth. It's a newer, I feel a stepped up version of what I feel that that should be.
All right, and then finally, there's been some talk about why Kiss isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet. I know Gene is very upset about it. Now, do you think it's part of the problem is the way they run the business, where it is more like you said, like a business, where it's not a rock band with heart and soul? Do you think maybe Gene's reality show and the toys and the coffins and the condoms and all the other merchandise, do you think that's taken away from the band's musical legacy, where you're not taken as seriously?
That's interesting. I never thought of it that way. You're the first guy to brought. I didn't even know there were coffins out. And by the way, I'm a Catholic. I'm not for that stuff. And I think there's a few other things I don't agree with that he has put out that I have nothing to do with or privy to it, and I don't want nothing to do with it. That could be. Again, I got inducted into the Hall of Fame last year, but so did Billy Joel and Gershwin and ACD's MC Hammer and Shadow Martin. It was a different type of Hall of Fame, but I was proud to get there. I don't know about this Hall of Fame. I get a lot of calls. I know the Kiss Army was screaming we should be in there. If it was really a Hall of Fame where they should have Hall of Famers, we belong in there. I mean, if anybody tilted the world somewhat, even a little, it was Kiss.
Oh, without a doubt. This is 1560 KNZR. We're talking to Peter Criss. I'm a parent of three, and they've already got the music bug to a degree.
God bless
you. Yeah, I just had a new one 3 weeks ago.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank
girl,
you.
Boy, girl?
I have a girl and two boys.
Excellent.
Now, the older ones already have the music bug. My daughter loves to sing and dance. My son's out there with the drums. And now you're a parent. Knowing what you know about the music industry, its trappings and ups and downs, would you discourage kids from getting into it these days, or did you discourage your own daughter from getting into it, or what would your advice be to parents that want their kids to get into music?
I did discourage her. She actually sang quite well, my daughter. She's 26 now, and she's having a baby.
Oh, congratulations to you.
Thank you. So, no, I didn't. I actually didn't want her in the business. And it's not the same business, by the way, it was when I was in it in the 70s. It has changed immensely. I'm not even happy in it at times. And maybe that's why I bought my little label, and I did it my way, because I didn't want to work with other people, because it's all about the money. It's all about the money, 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 money. And I can't work on, I don't bow to the almighty God for the dollar, as some people do. And, I just find that you got to be free, man. You just got to do it. Your heart tells you, and get in there and do it. I just think the business, though, has gotten actually worse. It really, I like the, it's called music business. I like the music. The business, I hate it, because I think it's gotten worse. I think they even take more, or they always take more. I think the artist always gets the back end of it. And maybe now today, the way it is, it's even worse. I have no clue. That's why I got my own little people. I got my little label. I'm with Sony Red. Couldn't ask for a better distributing company. And I'm kind of doing it all my little way. It ain't a big to-do, kind of like Kiss is, but it's satisfying enough for me, and hopefully it'll be for you.
And the album, again, is called One for All, and it comes out on July 24th. And since it's distributed by Sony, it'll be available pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, and we did a cool thing. I don't like CDs. You can't put anything in them except for a sticker. I like albums, so I'm going to have some vinyls. But what we did is everybody emails me for autographs, so I had them send the albums over the house. They came by the thousands. And by 2-3 days later, I didn't want to sign any anymore. So they came up with the idea, let's do a Willy Wonka and put that special one, because I really signed them by hand myself and put a gold thing. And if you get one, you get an autograph if that's worth anything.
Did you get a candy bar or no?
You should.
Okay, so Peter Criss, the new album is called One for All. It's out on July 24th. It's distributed by Sony. You can find it pretty much anywhere. I cannot tell you what an honor it is to talk to you, and best of luck with the new album.
Thank you so much. God bless you. And congratulations with your baby.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
Have a good one, man.
You too, brother.
1560 KNZR.